The summer of 1996 would be a time when the Olympic Games would be taking place in Atlanta, in the United States. Cambodia, for many, many years, due to the incredible violence, civil war that had racked the country, never had anybody in the Olympics. But now was going to bring a small team to the United States. And as summer came, my wife and 3 children came to Cambodia to stay with me for the summer when school was out. And my 3 children, who were in college and high school, were all competitive swimmers, had been in swimming programs since they were very young. And to enable them to keep training, I went over to the National Sports Center, which had an Olympic-sized pool, but one that was incredibly run down, had not been kept up. And there were 2 or 3 Cambodian youngsters training for the Olympics. Now, the situation was so terrible that each day the coach would have to go out and buy chlorine commercially in the marketplace, bring it and dump it in the pool to try to make the water suitable for anybody to swim in it. So I wanted my 3 kids to be able to swim, so we put some money in and helped bring the chlorine, and soon we had the pool, so it was reasonably all right. And my kids, who are American swimmers and swimming competitively, are zipping up and down the pool. The Cambodian swimmers, particularly one about 12, 13-year-old girl, who was about the same age as my daughter, was just really learned how to swim and would not have any competitive times if she were to swim in a real international meet, and she wouldn't qualify. But because Cambodia was re-entering the Olympics, it was given a pass. Their athletes did not have to meet the major qualification times in order to compete. So here is this girl named Hem Raksmey, and she's there, and my daughter and she are getting along and communicating to the extent they can and swimming together, and my daughter's helping teach her the breaststroke and training with her and trying to help her be what she could be. And at the same time, my kids are swimming to stay at their competitive top level. So it was a very warm and endearing experience for my kids to be interacting with the Cambodian athletes. And soon it was time for the Cambodians to go off to Atlanta. And I remember watching the TV coverage of Hem Raksmey, this 12-year-old Cambodian girl, swimming in the Olympic trials. So what happens is that swimmers are ranked by their times. Fastest swimmers go first, down to the slowest swimmers. And whoever qualifies as the top 16 times then advances to the next round, and then finally to the final round of 8. The 8 fastest swimmers in the trials swim for the Olympic medals. So Hem Raksmey's in the last heat because she has the slowest time, one of the 2 or 3 slowest times. And the swimmers are all lined up. There's 8 of them on the blocks. The sound goes off. They dive in and swim. And the other 7 swimmers are all much, much faster. And they go down. They're doing a 100-yard breaststroke. It's a 50 100-meter breaststroke, 50 meters down, 50 meters back. And the other 7 swimmers are down. They hit the wall, they turn around, they come back, and they finish. Well, Hem Raksmey hasn't gotten to the first wall yet. Very, very unusual. She's going, doing her breaststroke through the water, going along so slowly. She finally gets to the wall. The other 7 swimmers are finished. She pushes off the wall and starts coming back. And crowds that watch swimming races, they get all excited when it happens, and then when everyone touches the wall and you see who wins, then the crowd drops its interest. But suddenly they notice that Hem Raksmey is still in the pool, still swimming, painfully slow. And the crowd starts cheering and starts clapping, start encouraging her to finish. And she's taking these strokes so slow, barely making her way through the water. The other swimmers who are finished and have to stay in the water till she finishes start cheering as well. And there's this moment as she's doing her best and struggling and pushing through the water and finally gets to the wall and hits it with both hands. And her time shows up. And it's so slow. But everyone's cheering. Because like Cambodia, which has come back from such devastation, through her effort, as slow as it was to finish, was a symbol of Cambodia's efforts. So difficult. Not sure whether the country is going to make it. But like Hem Raksmey had showed such great courage and effort and had made its way to this election and a new government, just as she had made her way through the water to finish the race. Showed that you truly can finish last and still be a winner. Kind of what the Olympics were meant to do at their finest moment.